Hello again and welcome back to Football Spy, where the big news is that Samuel Eto'o is about to accept a stratospheric offer to play alongside Carlos Tevez at Manchester City. All of the papers today have got details of the silly money being offered to Barcelona's three-time African Footballer of the Year. But all of you who watch Football Spy have known he was on his way to City a long time ago. So we're going to keep the same question going that we asked you 2 weeks ago. Are City about to have the best strike force in the Premier League? And is the 250 grand a week being offered to Eto'o too much? This is a sum. I'm not sure that it is when you consider that City are paying much less for him that they were prepared to pay for the AC Milan playmaker Kaka. Also because City aren't in Europe, so they've got to make him an offer that he can't refuse. So let me know what you think. Now, elsewhere, Arsenal looks set to hijack Manchester United's move for Karim Benzema. Here's the star. The French Lyon forward can't decide at the moment whether he wants to stay where he is in World Cup year or to leave. Working with Arsene Wenger, who's got so much skill at improving other French strikers such as Henry and Anelka, must surely be tempting for him. One consolation for United fans is that Sir Alex is finally about to spend the Ronaldo money, with our own Daily Mirror revealing that he should tie up a £16 million deal for Wigan's Luis Antonio Valencia within the next 48 hours. Time for your messages, and a big apology for the problems that we had on YouTube on Friday, which meant we lost the video and we had to replace it, losing some of your messages. You've made up for it on the email though. Remember, it's spy@mirror.co.uk. Hi to Matt in Manchester. Hope we've answered your question about Eto'o already. Kev Gannon in Dublin says here, the point you made about Man City's midfield being the best got me going. When you look at the Manchester United attacking options now, from midfield all the way to the strikers, is there really enough firepower there? Kev says, I feel United may need up to 4 attacking signings this summer to compete with Chelsea, Liverpool and City. Also, is there any truth in the Makeda to Inter rumours? No, there aren't. Just on Manchester City. Rayneth on YouTube was saying that he thinks City will edge Liverpool out of the top 4 and not Arsenal. Who do you think City will not nudge out of the top 4? Maybe you don't think they'll nudge anyone out of the top 4 at all. Let me know what you think. Neil in Massachusetts thinks Everton, his team, have got the best midfield. Cahill, Arteta, Fellaini and Neville, he thinks makes up a very strong quartet. I think they are hard workers, but I think they lack pace and that touch of class that the City players now have. Shazad's a Man U fan. He says probably the first Football Spy fan in Pakistan. Need a picture to prove that, Shahad. You know how to do it now. He wants to see either Benzema or Aguero at United next season. He also wants us to continue with our Ronaldo replacements feature as well. We'll see what we can do there. And Shahad's also asking what I think about the youngster Adam Ljajic joining the Manchester United squad next season. I don't think he's ready yet, Shahad. He needs a bit more time. Some news in brief for you, and the former Arsenal midfielder Gilberto is trying to persuade another Brazilian, the Fiorentina holding midfielder Filippo Melo, to move to the Emirates. Robin van Persie said he wants to stay at Arsenal despite speculation linking him with a move away because he's got just a year left on his contract. Nottingham Forest have spent £1.75 million on midfielders David McGoldrick from Southampton and Paul Anderson from Liverpool. Defender Sam Ricketts has rejected a new deal at Hull, looks set to move to Portsmouth. And talking of Portsmouth, Martin Craney says he can fill in the gap left by Glenn Johnson's move to Liverpool. No, you can't. We told you last week that the Barcelona striker Ida Gudjonsson's got a posse of clubs trying to persuade him to come to the Premier League after being told he is surplus to requirements. The Independents say today that West Ham looks set to win the race as he wants to play for his old teammate Gianfranco Zola. Gudjonsson would be a great signing for the Hammers. He's 30, which means he's got 3 good years in him, and he would only cost around about £4 million, a bargain. Barry Ferguson was a very naughty boy at Rangers, but he could yet stick 2 fingers up at them in favour of a move to Birmingham to work for the former Rangers boss Alex McLeish. I must just tell you also that over the weekend, the legendary Patrick Vieira, who's now 33 and out of contract at Inter Milan, rejected a move from Birmingham for his services. You've got to admire their ambition. Some more of your messages. And Anthony is an Arsenal fan. He says here, why are clubs offering 30 million plus for players no older than 22 who don't score more than 18 goals a season, i.e. Aguero, Benzema, Pata? Whatever happened to a player being at his best at 27, 28? Well, Man United have got a policy of not paying for players over 26 because they've got no resale value. Part of the reason that they got so much for Ronaldo was because of his age. And so with guys like Aguero, who's just 21, you could see why Atletico Madrid wants so much money for him. Fabian Fu is an Arsenal fan from Switzerland. Picture, please. Anyway, he says, hi Darren, I'm an Arsenal fan from Switzerland. And first of all, I want to say your show's awesome. Watch it every day. Thanks very much. Fabian also wants some info on the stories linking Arsenal with a defensive midfielder like Mella, Laurent Canard at Marseille. He says, there I see from far, far away the biggest need. Or is Wenger after totally different players? I've heard some rumours about Zapata from Udinese, but he's another centre-back, isn't he? Well, yes, he is, but Arsenal did make an offer for him last summer, which was rejected by Udinese. And he now claims to have had another offer from the Gunners this year. Laurent Canard is a highly rated defensive midfielder who Spurs like as well, but I think the Gunners would win if it came down to a straight fight between the two clubs. Here's a prize in the competition we told you about last week. These are a pair of Total 90 Shoot 2 boots, or as the transporter who films the show calls them, a pair of Rude boots. If you want to win them, here's the competition for you. We think Frank Ribery is going to move clubs this summer. What we want you to do is tell us how much you think he will move for. Doesn't matter where he goes to, just tell us what you think the transfer fee for Bayern Munich's Frank Ribery will be this summer. Obviously, if he doesn't move, then we'll do another competition. But whoever does get the transfer fee right will pick one out of the hat. You'll win these boots. If we get anyone else who gets any correct answers, we'll have 5 runners-up. We'll give them a copy of this. It's England's greatest goals, obviously recorded before Fabio Capello took over at England. But you'll get one of these. We've got 5 of them to give away. More Spy for you tomorrow. We'll see you then.